Lesson 76, we're going to look at two different concepts here. The first one is just advanced substitution. We got, previously we've had, well, you may not have had three variables. We got an x, y, and z. And we got three different equations. I'm going to label this one as A, B, and C just for guide points. And what we have is x equals 2y. So basically we know what x is. Now it's not a number, but it is 2y. We don't specifically know what it is. So for every x that we have, I can actually plug in 2y into part B and C. So I'm going to start by doing that. So I got 2y plus y plus z equals 9 for B. And then I have, plug in 2y for x here, 2y minus 3y minus 2z equals negative 8. We can simplify. 2y plus y is 3y. 2y minus 3y would be negative y. So now we have we have all that. And from there, you probably remember we can do substitution or elimination from here. So I'm going to do elimination. I'm going to multiply all the top by 2, making this 6y, 2z, giving me opposites here, and then 18. We stack and add. 6y minus y is 5y. Those cancel, and that equals 10. And how convenient. Y equals 2. So now we know, I'll put it right here. Y equals 2. Well, that gives us x. X would then be 4. And plug it in. 4 plus 2 is 6. 9 minus 6, z is 3. How you write your answer is 4, 2, 3. You kind of go alphabetical order. X, Y, Z. And that's all there is to that substitution there. Now we're going to expand on some more rectangular coordinates here. 76.3. Negative vectors. The only thing different here, we've done stuff like 5 at 135 degrees. We've even done 4 at negative 20 degrees. But let's talk about the negative 4. Well, we start with our coordinate grid. If we're going negative, call that 0 and 360. Well, if we're going negative, we go this way. So that would be negative 90. So 20 would land somewhere in there. So we know that's 20 degrees. Technically negative, but we keep it positive there. If we have a negative 4, we can't have a negative 4 for the hypotenuse. All that means is we flip it across, or reflect it, I guess would be the proper word. So we reflect this over here, and now we get a triangle that has 4 at the hypotenuse, 20, and now we find R and U there. And that's all you do. So you're flipping all the negatives to be positive. And so we find R and U. So I'm going to move this triangle over here. That's 20. That's 4. Get my calculator. Okay. Sine, cosine, and tangent. So sine of 20 equals opposite U over hypotenuse 4. So when I multiply the 4, that'd be 4 sine 20. 4 sine 20. That's 1.39. And then we would do 4 cosine 20. Cosine 20. U, sorry, that's U. cosine of 20 would be adjacent r over 4. Sorry, my words are getting scrambled. Multiply 4 to get r by itself. 4 times cosine of 20, 3.76 rounded. Okay, I'm going to create a little space here. Erase all this. Oh, dang it, what was you? 1.39, I think. I'll double check with the book, 1.39. Yeah, apparently it's more 1.37. Okay. 1.37, something like that. It's somewhere in that ballpark. Okay. Now, since this is a negative going this way, it's negative 3.76r, and it's positive, so plus 1.37u. So we got that one down. Now I just got to find 5 at 135 degrees. So here's our coordinate system. I'll do this one pretty fast. We're going counterclockwise. Here's 135 between 180 and 90. Okay, so if that's 135, there's our triangle. Subtract, get the absolute value. 180 minus, that'd be 45 degrees there. So with our triangle, yes, I am going fast, but if you need to relearn how to do these, it's in a different lesson. We got a 45, 90 triangle with the hypotenuse as 5. Well, that's convenient because we know all we have to do is divide by radical 2. If you know 45, 90 triangles. If you don't, you can do sine, cosine, tangent, trigonometry stuff. But 5 divided by radical 2 is 3.53 or 3.54 rounded. 3.54, and that's u, and this is going to be r again, but it's going to be negative, so negative 3.54r plus 3.54u. Add those together, and you would get negative 7.29r plus 4.90u. They like to round to the nearest hundredth. And so there's your rectangular coordinates. And that's how you do those. So just adding those together. Really the only difference here was the negative 4. And you just flip it. So that's the end of lesson 76.